Hey y'all, good morning, or I should say good afternoon. It is 11:45 and I think today is January 26th. I think it's a friend of ours' birthday. Anyway, I kind of had a rough night and was talking to Ryan. So we decided, or I decided, and he's in agreement, that we need to address this issue. I've hinted before that I deal with quite a few health issues, and one of them being insomnia, chronic insomnia. It's something I've suffered with my entire life. I have been to doctors about it, talked to therapists about it, so I do kind of understand where it's coming from. I mean, this is something I've dealt with my whole life, and if this does happen to get a lot of views, there'll probably be a lot of comments and suggestions, and of course they're all welcome. I'm not going to be too stubborn about what anybody has to say, or if anybody has something bad to say about what I'm choosing to do, but I do know my body and how it reacts to certain things. So what I thought I would do was kind of set out a game plan for myself, a schedule, so that I could actually deal with this particular health issue. This by no means is the most major one, as far as, you know what, actually it might be. This might be the core of everything that's wrong with me, but since I was a very, very young child. In fact, my mother said as a baby I was always awake. I wasn't fussing, I was just always awake. And I do remember as a young child having difficulty sleeping. There's just some psychological things that go along with that. And then physiologically I have issues that affect my sleep as well. So I'll try to explain that without getting into, without making this really, really long, but I decided I was going to make a game plan and a schedule to try to deal with that so that I could sleep better, and I thought I would share it in case anybody else out there is dealing with the same thing. So what I decided to do was, I have a very unique opportunity right now, is that I'm off of work, as far as working full-time out of the house. And Ryan, my fiance, is between two contracts, so he's actually off of work for a little bit of time as well. So I do have his help, so I want to take full advantage of having the help and support of him being home more right now. So what I decided to do was, if I had little kids at home, we would be following a very strict nighttime routine because, we'd have to get up and go to school and all of that. So I figured it takes about 3 weeks to form a good habit, so I wanted to put myself on this particular schedule and do these particular things for me. Again, this is what works for me, and see how it goes. So basically what I'm going to do, what I was about to do, was set two timers on my phone. And one is at 4 p.m. and one is at 8 p.m. At 4 p.m., this is just my little reminder. This is what I normally do anyway, but I'm just going to have it on my phone just to kind of remind me. And it's approximately 4 p.m. I understand if I'm at the store and I get home at 4:15, whatever. The 4 p.m. alarm will be to remind me to do the evening pet chores, make sure dinner is ready, and between 4 and 8 will be tech time, and that will be watching YouTube videos, if we want to watch a movie, or if we want to watch shows that we have recorded on the DVR. And also, that's something else we will do, is record any shows that we want to see on the DVR and watch them within the following couple of days between that 4 and 8 time, instead of staying up till 9 and 10 o'clock watching those and then starting the bedtime routine after that. So at 4 p.m. I'll have an alarm that reminds me, hey, let's get those evening pet chores done. And what that is to make sure I've had the birds fed and watered, and usually covered. Because it's winter, I can cover them this early. That would be the feeding and walking the dogs for the evening. They do have one more walk in the evening, but their evening feeding time around 4:30. This will also, this would be like cleaning up dishes, between the 4 and 8 we would be eating dinner, cleaning up dinner, taking care of the evening pet chores, watching TV, watching YouTube, watching a movie, whatever that kind of is, because at 8 p.m. I have another alarm that will be set, and this is what I call the house to bed routine, putting the house to bed. Because for me as a mom, especially as a young mom, I was a young mom, basically my entire adult life has revolved around raising a family, and so Once my daughter was out of high school, then I was in college. So this is kind of how things went. I would have to put everyone and everything done in the house, to bed before I could focus on the things I needed to focus on completely without distraction. So I'm going to set myself an alarm at 8 p.m. and I'm going to start my bedtime routine. This is not a nighttime cleaning routine. That's not what this is. My bedtime routine will need to consist of taking care of all of the things that weigh on my mind or that cause me to physically get up and do something before I can go to bed. I do have an issue with my body dumping adrenaline very easily. That adrenaline trigger is very sensitive for me, and it's overactive. So I want to try to take care of or inhibit or eliminate those things that are triggering my adrenaline dump right before bed. Excuse me. So at 8 p.m. I'll have an alarm that goes off, and this is just put the house to bed. This is taking the dogs out for their last evening walk, making sure the birds are covered and the heater is on if they need it. We have 2 cats that we keep outside, but we bring them into the garage at night. So this is something that would happen between 4 and 8 as well, but by 8 p.m. it needs to be done. We have our inside kitties that hang out on our bed all evening. So I always have to put them out of the room because they do play and fight and make noise and meow, and that keeps me awake because I'm very, I always joke and say I can hear the flowers grow at night. It's just my senses are really heightened when I'm trying to go to sleep. This is when I would do like my evening health and beauty routine. This is when I would take my bath that I will put lavender oil in. This is when I would do any nighttime yoga stretches that help with relaxation. And I did actually pull my old yoga book out and I marked at the top. You see this is other things are here, but I did mark at the top the chapter on dealing with stress and insomnia and things like that. So I'm going to review that again today and just go back over just remind myself about those particular stretches so that they're in the front of my mind, so that when I'm getting ready for bed excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. So when I'm getting ready for bed, I can concentrate on the proper stretches to help me relax. This is also when I would eat like my last evening snack, something light, because I can't sleep if I'm hungry, but if I eat too large of a meal, then my body's processing it and dumping, insulin or whatever it's doing, and I get energy from that. So it'll be between 4 and 8 will be taking care of tech time, evening pet chores, dinner dishes, things like that. By 8 p.m. I want to start my bedtime routine. I will have walked the dogs for the last time, put the inside kitties out of our room, putting the outside cats into the garage. This is when I would do my yoga stretches, take my lavender bath or my detox bath, and drink my sleepy time tea. This is when Ryan and I would retire to our bedroom and spend time together so that I'm hoping by 9 p.m., because usually between 9 and 10, I do have this very small window. Oh my gosh, it got really cloudy all of a sudden. Between 9 and 10 p.m., goodness, I have this very small window occasionally where I feel sleepy. And for someone who deals with chronic insomnia, I don't ever feel that, not ever, but I rarely feel that drifting off, like, oh, I'm sleepy, I could take a nap feeling. I feel fatigue, but I don't ever feel that lovely drifting off to sleep feeling. I'm awake one moment, asleep the next, then awake. It's just something, it's physiological, it's chemical imbalance or whatever. So I am rambling a lot and I'm sorry, but this is very passionate to me right now because I think this is could be a big part of why I'm having so many problems. So back to my I have this very small window between 9 and 10, usually around 9:30, where I feel like I can go to sleep. So if I start at 8 p.m. to make sure everything is done, that I'm starting to calm myself down and my environment down, then I'm hoping between 9 and 10 I can fall asleep naturally. What I will allow myself though is about 2 hours. it can take me anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to fall asleep, if not longer. Last night I didn't go to sleep until, well, I didn't go to sleep till this morning. So I slept like between 7 and 10 this morning. So that's why I look like this. But I do have something called ZzzQuil that I've tried in the past. I don't want to have to take this. I have been given prescription sleep aids in the past, and they make me feel groggy the next day. This tends to make me feel a little bit groggy, but if I take this every night for a few nights, I start to get feeling really irritable. But I am going to allow my body to try to go to sleep on its own. So I do have a notebook beside the bed so I can brain dump anything that keeps replaying that's keeping me awake. And I am going to have my lavender linen spray that I'll be spraying. I have my sleepy time tea that I will have sipped on. I will have put technology away, the Kindle, the phone, the tablet, YouTube, TV off, all of that kind of things. And I will put a book beside the bed, but I'm only going to allow myself about 20 or 30 minutes just to like make my eyes tired. If after we've laid down to go to sleep, whatever time I put my head on my pillow with the intention of, okay, it's time to go to sleep, and I'll be doing some breathing exercises and trying to like clear my brain and all that kind of stuff. But after about 2 hours, if I'm still feeling awake, then I'll go ahead and take this over the counter. Do not want to have to take a prescription sleep aid ever again if I can help it. I'll be off of, without insurance for a little while. It's expensive to go to the doctor as a cash patient just to get the sleep aid, and then the prescription itself is expensive. So if I can avoid that, and plus I don't want to have my body to have to deal with processing that. For those of you who might be watching and want to make suggestions, I know melatonin will come up in the conversation. And my experience with melatonin is it's just like a placebo pill for me, because of the chemical reactions that happen in my brain, my body, the physiological things that are going on with me. Melatonin is a placebo. It's like drinking water. My body, my brain, whatever, does not process melatonin properly, so it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I don't have enough serotonin. My body does. I have a vitamin D deficiency and a magnesium deficiency. My body doesn't process zinc and magnesium and calcium the way it should. All of the things that need to work together for your brain to produce serotonin, for you to be able to relax, deal with stress, and sleep and things like that. So I kind of have to. My body needs a lot of support in that. So I do, you'll see some of this kind of crossover into my next video about health and fitness, but my vitamins, my supplements that I do take a vitamin D supplement during the winter. I should probably take it all year, and I might get flack about this too, but we do visit the tanning bed occasionally, and we do spend a lot of times outdoors when we can. So if I can't get out into the sunshine, which there's none today, and I am not paying for tanning right now because of budget reasons, I have included a vitamin D supplement, and I take a prescription strength prenatal vitamin. I will continue that because that particular supplement for women my age dealing with my issues is the best thing for me to take. And if I were to try to get all of those ingredients, I would have to take like 6 pills every day. And so for me, it works out. And I'll get into that in my other health and fitness videos. That's what I want to focus on right now, is us getting healthy. So I thought I would focus this video on insomnia and how I'm going to try to deal with that. And of course, I'm switching back to my half-caff coffee, and I won't have any caffeine after about, I'm saying 2 p.m., but it is possible that it could be as late as 4 if we do if we go to what we call dinner. I'm a brunch and dinner person. I'm not a breakfast, lunch, dinner person. I'll eat brunch, I'll eat dinner, and then I'll eat supper and maybe a snack. I don't like to label my meals, but so basically I'm going to try not to eat anything after about 8 o'clock. I'll eat a little snack with my sleepy time tea just so I'm not hungry, because I can't sleep when I'm hungry. I'm saying no caffeine after 2, no exercise after 4. Because once my body is like pumping, it's another 12 hours before I'm able to like shut it down again. And then I want to also try to avoid missing my little that sleepy window I get between 9 and 10, because if I do push myself through that sleepy time, I get a second wind, and it's like I have a whole nother day to do something, and it's very frustrating. And so the next day I'm dealing with fatigue, which keeps me from exercising, which keeps me from feeling better, blah blah blah. It's just this vicious cycle. Anyway, this video is going way longer than I wanted it to, and I think I said today was the 26th, but you know what, let me see what date this is, because I do want to give you an accurate time frame of how this is working for me, because I do want to try to get these habits kicked in. Yeah, it is the 26th. Try to get these habits kicked in for about 3 weeks, so that it's not maybe when, you know, once Ryan's back at work, then I'm on a good routine. And I do want to get to bed earlier, because I do want to be a morning person more. I do want to be able to be up with him in the mornings, and his work schedule has him up extremely early in the morning. So I think that pretty much covers how I'm going to try to deal with my insomnia. I'm going to put myself on a schedule, going to set some alarms, have some things done by a certain time, things turned off by a certain time. And of course, everyone in the house that's going to be here needs to kind of, you know, step up there with me and help me out. But this needs to be a priority. I have to make it a priority first, and then just insist that I get that support. So I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog about insomnia, and I'll give you updates and reports as the days go, and see what's working and what's not. It's going to take me a couple days to just kind of get used to the schedule, and I need to do a little bit more research. Like what snacks that I want to be able to have, and of course I'm going to be hydrating. So anyway, you guys wish me luck. Say a prayer for me to get some sleep. I need to remove these bags from my eyes. I need to get to feeling better, have some energy, so that I can get back to life. So I'll keep you posted. Thanks, guys, and good sleep to you.